blessing to everybody. What's up, y'all? Let's get into it. Today we aligning beliefs with the teaching of Jesus. Okay? We about to get into this today, so y'all already know. Let's go. We're touching on the first part, consistency in studying and applying biblical teaching. I wrote down, finding time in my schedule to be present and giving myself that alone time to be with God. It's honestly hard, but not really hard for me to do this. For me to find time to just be like, okay, I'm going to have to put some time aside from my schedule and actually find that time to be with God and actually talk to him and see what he's saying to me. Like I said, all last month and the month before, I was so into my different podcasts I watch, which is More Purpose Podcast, In Totality, and The Basement, catching up on those old episodes and stuff, just getting some insight that way. It definitely was something to stay tuned about, but I knew what I had to do. I knew the word that he personally gave me. The scripture that he gave to me was, you're looking for me, but you're not looking for me because of the signs that I gave you or the things that I've done for others. Like The Basement, Tim Ross would have different people on The Basement telling their stories, speaking on their life and what God has done for them. And even just Tim and his producers talking about the different things that they have going on in their lives and just how God is in it and God is touching them in those situations to keep them going on their day to day. Sometimes that does gravitate to you, hearing stories like that, because it's just like, wow. Like this one that I was listening to, it was this guy from, I want to say he was from Puerto Rico, and he was speaking on his life about like how he didn't have much growing up, and just how he really wasn't. He was never looking for God, but he was looking for opportunity for more. And one day this girl came to him at his job while he was working at the bar, and she literally just came up to him and said, Jesus love you. And with her just saying that to him, and I want to say it was truly like a note, like she ordered a drink and then she gave him like a note that said, Jesus love you, something like that. Y'all gotta watch it. It's actually really good. The Basement is really good. Or even, for example, because Tim Ross speaks his story all the time, but even with Tim Ross talking about how he was living his life, and one day, I think it was when he went and he heard God tell him not to do it, but he ended up meeting up with this girl to go have sex with her. God was telling him not to do it because obviously he knew what was going to come out of it. But he ended up going, went to the girl house, and she was ready. You know what I'm saying? And they ended up having sex. And after they had sex, he just started bawling, like just crying, like, I shouldn't have done this, I shouldn't have done that to you, I shouldn't even be here, I knew I should have never came. And his parents own a church, and I want to say he went to church that next day, and something caught his attention during the I want to say ceremony, so bad, but while he was at church, and in that moment he knew, he was like, I gotta give my life to Christ. I gotta give up all these things so I can walk with God. So that day, that's when he started walking with Christ, and he ain't never looked back. He told his friends, like, hey, I gave my life to Christ, I can't hang out with y'all like that no more, the smoking and this and the that. I can't do that no more, I'm walking with God. And, they respect it, but at the same time, they knew, like, he's serious. Like, all right, well, I'm coming over here, bro. Like, I ain't going that way. And he just like, that's cool. Like, this is what I'm doing. And that consistency when it comes to like studying or, applying the teachings, a lot of changes is gonna happen. It's about giving up. It's about sacrificing, better yet. It's about sacrificing what you're used to doing to really get into the word and not just read it like, oh, Adam and Eve and da 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 da. Like, no, you gotta understand certain things. I remember my grandmother buying me a children's Bible way back in the day, obviously, and every so often she would keep me on Genesis, like the beginning of Genesis, before we even get into Cain and Abel. Being where I'm at now, I never realized that while Eve did the act, Adam was standing right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like understanding the Bible. Like, even when God was calling for them, realizing that they were hiding because they were naked, but realizing that it's not even about them being naked. It's about them being in shame. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like the perspective of it. What is it really saying? You gotta study it. You gotta understand why they was really hiding themselves, because you gotta remember, when he created them, they was already naked. That's like me just, being a baby. I was born naked, you know what I'm saying? But now I wear clothes because there may be things that I'm not so comfortable just showing to everybody. You should never be ashamed about what you do and how you are and so forth, because at the end of the day, God already know, and because of Jesus Christ, he already forgave you. You just have to be accountable enough to change and find that way so you can get back on the right track. Or even another story, I'm gonna try to remember the best way I can, but this girl on TikTok was speaking about it, just saying, like, for you to get up, about the girl that was that everybody thought that was dead, but God was letting them know that she was truly just sleeping, and how everybody was just laughing like, oh no, it's over, like, she gone, like, it's, whatever. And how he had to clear the room so she could finally get up. On that, just like how Tim had to clear out his space by telling his friends that he grew up with, that he know, that, you know what I'm saying, say like, hey, I love you, but if I'm gonna go on this journey, if I'm gonna truly give my life to Christ, if you not about it, I can't be around you, because I'm not letting anybody knock me off of my journey. I've been trying to walk in the walk of waiting till marriage. Because why not? Why can't I wait till I meet my man and he accepts me for that? He accepts, okay, baby, I'm going to have to be your friend. And when I'm ready to really dedicate myself to you, I'm going to put that ring on that finger and, you know what I'm saying? That's just something that he's going to have to respect. That's something that I'm going to have to get comfortable with, which I'm realizing in the journey that some people ain't gonna wait. Some people gonna do what they can just to get you out your panties, okay? And you gonna have to be a strong person to keep on walking. Because it's just like, woo, God been trying me, because the men that been coming up to me been fine, okay? They been fine, but they don't understand why I'm doing what I'm doing. They've been testing me. God has been testing me. God been bringing out people I ain't seen in years too. Like, years. Not only is he bringing new ones, he bringing people I ain't seen in years. The other day I seen a dude. that I have not seen in years. And I was just thinking about him, which was so crazy. And then here he go, right here, while I'm at the park with my baby. And I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. And truly, it made me just sit there and think, because, you know, when me and him was talking to each other, it was just that. You know, something I was okay with. Something that I felt like I could settle with. Something that I'm just like, okay, well, whatever. Like, this is all I can get. This is the furthest I could go. You know, I never really pictured myself as a wife, you know. But like I said before, and like I feel now, you know, I was put in a position where I had a family, you know, and I used to sit with myself and think, like, why couldn't I be a wife? Why couldn't I get to the next level with somebody else? What makes me feel like I'm not special enough to ever be in that position? Not saying it's important, not saying it's the biggest goal, because I also remember God saying in the Bible, I want to say it's in Proverbs, he really wanted to just be me and him, and it could be me and him all day. But if it come down to, if God wants me to be married to somebody, he gonna bring that person to the door, and that person is truly gonna follow that and respect me enough and get to know me enough. He ain't even gonna want to have sex. He gonna be like, man, it's just gonna happen. It's just gonna happen when it's supposed to happen, not forcefully. Not no, oh, I'm putting on my playlist and boom, bam, we end up. No, it's gonna literally be like, oh my God, I just had sex with my friend. And I think we like each other now. It's just gonna happen when God said it's gonna happen. And that's something that I'm trying to repair in myself, to realize, like, you know, you are worthy. Like, you ain't gotta do nothing. And if they don't like what decision you're making, they can exit the door. Like, the fuck is you talking about? I'm sorry that I'm talking about God and just said that, but I felt that one. Like, what are you talking about? You can go. For real. Bye. You was fine, but you ain't that fine. But in this journey that I'm on now, I want to make sure what I've already built continues to have purpose, you know. And not knocking anybody that has been out here and they've been doing them and whatever y'all story is, if that made you feel some type of way. But let me just tell you this, you know, something has to change. You know, if you want to follow in that way, or you want to stay where you at, something has to change. When you date out here, you got to have a purpose. You know, you can't just get in the bed with any fine face, because at the end of the day, it goes deeper than that. Who truly is this fine face that you about to lay and, you know, exchange energy with? And then when a child comes in it, it's one thing if you're a good person and you're gonna water this child to be a great thing. But what about that other person? And like, it's so much a part of that. And you gotta be smart about it. Not just for you or the look of marriage and all that other stuff, because y'all not connecting truly to be married and have the reception and, oh, we married, look at my ring. It's not about that. It's about the promise that you made when you standing there with that person and truly being there for them. Making that promise with God, like, I'm gonna be here with you till the day I die. If you get sick, if what, this, that, third, whatever, I'm here. You know what I'm saying? That's serious. And I'll be seeing things that isn't that serious to people about it, but it's just like, take it serious. You know? This is not a game. So, you know, and even besides marriage, just like the things I do, you know, I could stop going out. You know, ain't nothing really going on out there. It's just something for me to do instead of just being at home. But then at the same time, I want to be that homebody. I want to appreciate my home. I want to, be sitting on my couch reading a book. I don't having some alone time, not answer the phone and just be in my sanctuary, not being bothered, and go out when I want to go out, and putting God in that would be great. But that's something I gotta truly sacrifice and understand, like, I need this word. So, just prepare yourself. If you know that you're trying to set yourself up to change, think of one habit that you're just like, I hate doing this, but this is something that I gotta prepare for so I can be a better person. Like me, flat out, I pick out a day where I can just be silent, read the whole passage that I was given, and write down each verse. That's gonna take me at least an hour and a half. Boom. When do I have that in my schedule? Lunch. Okay. Or when I'm off. Or sometimes it'd be like 4, 5, 6 in the morning when I wake up and my baby sleep and I'm just chilling by myself. It's dark. I'm just like, all right, before I do anything, let me just do this real quick. Write these notes. Get into it. Whatever. But y'all already know I got a question. What practices have helped you align your belief and actions more closely with the teachings of Jesus? How has it impacted your daily life? Like I said, y'all, I'm going to keep on saying it. I'm learning. But the stories that I have read has made me open my eyes. Like, my favorite story so far, besides Genesis. I read all of Genesis. Y'all need to read all of Genesis. Genesis, go there for real. Jesus Christ, man. But no, Job is my favorite story. The only reason why Job is my favorite story is because he had it all. And I feel like that's what everybody out here is trying to be like. They want to have it all. They want to be in this certain position, just like Job was set up to be. Because when you look at his life and you look at people that do have it for real, you will look and be like, dang, he got this. Like, God love him. He is truly blessed. But those same people that have it all sometimes don't realize that it could go away tomorrow. All of it. All of it. And right there is when you're going to either curse out God or blame yourself and be accountable and be like how Job said, like, it must be me, God. And since you, like, not word from word, but it must be me. Take it out on me. Take me out. You know what I'm saying? I did something wrong. Just take me out too. Job was accountable and God respected it. Unlike the devil predicted to God, he respected Job for saying, like, it must be me. And what he did to reward him is he blessed him, I want to say 7 times as much as he did. I want to say tenfold so bad, but I feel like it was 7 times of what he had, and that's truly how it is. People will doubt you. People will tell you all these things, just like when I keep on saying, slowly but surely. People ask me every day, and I feel like it's God speaking through them to see how patient I am, or whomever. It might be the enemy. I don't know who talking through these people, but it does hit a point in my soul where I'm just like, stop asking me these questions. But I remember every time, slowly but surely, things are going to get done. You're going to be where you're supposed to be at. You just got to have patience. Don't let these questions bother you. It's coming. Don't even worry about that. So, yeah. Don't forget to comment, y'all. I really want to hear y'all question. I want to hear y'all for real. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, okay? Because I really want to hear from y'all. Like I told you before, if ain't nobody gonna listen, I'ma listen to you, baby. So I appreciate y'all, and you already know we gonna talk about more next week. So I'm out.